What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get back to NESARA, GESARA, and we'll go down my list once again, the one that I follow, which is this one right here. Now, I know everybody's got their crazy stories and everything out there. That's not for me. Let's talk about something that might be considered a mixture of two of these, which is increases benefits to senior citizens, as well as abolishes a tax. Either way, it's going to benefit a handful of senior citizens. And a lot of people I'm finding out aren't even aware of this. And this is kind of important. So let's go over this. Before I get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. If you haven't yet started investing in gold and silver, this would be a great time to do so. And when you go to buy your gold or silver, check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you'll get a free half ounce of silver. All right, so what are we talking about? You ready? Tax help. Thousands of seniors will no longer have to pay taxes on their Social Security checks. Are you set to earn $710 more? I noticed how they didn't put on here a year. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll take any kind of free money, but $710, they act like they're doing you a favor. First of all, they steal the money from you out of your check, and they call it a contribution. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a moment. It says low and middle income seniors no longer need to pay state taxes on their Social Security checks thanks to new legislation signed into law. To me, this is double taxation. I mean, they tax you to take it out in the first place, and then they tax you when you use it. And I'm going to show you the excuse they give you as to how they can legally get away with this. I'm not even kidding you. And we tolerate this stuff. Keep that in mind. New Mexico Governor Michelle Grissom this week signed House Bill 163, which will exempt those making less than $100,000 from paying state taxes on their Social Security benefits. Couples earning less than $150,000 also won't need to pay taxes on their retirement checks either. Fred Nathan Jr., founder and executive director of Think Mexico, told Think Advisor that the tax relief will let 115,000 seniors earn $710 more on average annually. It's better than nothing. But I hate the fact when our politicians throw us tiny little scraps and act like they're doing us the biggest favor in the world. I guess I shouldn't fuss. It is going to help a lot of senior citizens. I mean, you know how many more bingo games you could play with $710? In the past, individuals earning up to $25,000 and couples making up to $32,000 were exempt from paying taxes on their benefits. So my thing is this, man, if you're making $100,000 as an individual or $150,000 as a couple, really, do they need the tax benefit of $710? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but if you're making that kind of money and you can't live off of just over $10,000 per month, then you definitely don't deserve the money you're making. New Mexico has given a deduction to those paying on their Social Security benefits. Which makes no sense to me. By the way, we didn't start paying taxes on Social Security until 1984. Thank you, Reagan. So which states are taxing Social Security benefits? While the new action will exempt many seniors from paying taxes, it does not exempt everyone. North Dakota, on the other hand, entirely eliminated the taxation on Social Security benefits in the late 2021. Along with New Mexico, if you live in one of the following states, you might be subject to state tax depending on your income. So you can see the list here. You have Colorado, Connecticut, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home. You can check with your Department of Revenue to see if you may owe taxes on your Social Security payments if your state is listed above. Are federal taxes exempt too? Oh, good Lord, not for them greedy bastards. Just gave themselves a raise. How do you think they're going to pay for it? Although many states do not require you to pay taxes on your Social Security benefits, you may have to on the federal level. This can depend on your provisional income, which includes adjusting gross income, AGI, combined with any non-taxable interest plus half of your Social Security benefits on up to 50% of your benefits. Yeah, there you go. Good Lord, if you make as much as 25,000 or 32,000, 50% of your benefits are wiped out. Individuals with provisional income of more than 34,000 and married couples with more than 44,000 could be subject to paying taxes on up to 85% of the benefits. Then what the hell are they taking the benefits out for? It's supposed to be for you for later on in life. However, there's a specific formula used to calculate how much you actually owe. Here's my thing. I think if you have an income of over 100,000 per year, you shouldn't be able to get a Social Security number regardless if they took it out or not. The whole thing is to benefit those individuals who don't have an income. I know that sounds unfair and people are going, well, they paid into it, they should get it. But seriously, do they really need it? I mean, millionaires get it. That doesn't make no sense. It says on here anyways, however, there's a specific formula used to calculate how much you actually owe. You can also use the Social Security Administration's tools to calculate your benefits. Also included in New Mexico's tax bill is tax rebate of up to $500, as well as a $175 child tax credit. Meanwhile, here are 5 reasons why you might not receive Social Security benefits, good Lord. So I used to make this argument all the time. You know, if you're paying taxes on Social Security after they taxed you in the first place, isn't that double taxation? Of course, I had to look it up. Is there double taxation on Social Security benefits? I say yes, but they're going to give you some BS excuse as to how they can get away with this. And keep in mind, we allow this. And yes, we do have a say. It says here, through the years, I've read a lot about this issue, but I've never seen anything that adequately explained it. Most articles never go deeper than a surface level, which only adds to the confusion. Most articles I've seen try to explain away the double taxation on Social Security benefits issue in a different number of ways. Let me know if any of these sound familiar. It's not double taxation because the funds you collect don't come directly from your taxes. Your taxes are paying for today's beneficiaries, so the benefits you receive will be from someone else's payroll taxes. Yeah, okay, that's bull. If you take it from me my entire life, it's mine. You tax me for it, it's mine. If what they were saying here is true, then why do we get every year from Social Security? It tells you how much contributions you made and how much you'll get once you retire. How would they know what I'm going to get? Because you have to assume that the so-called future generations are paying into this little pool of money. But it's funny because they make these calculations on how much you get based on how much they took from you. Sounds a little confusing, doesn't it? It says on here, you have to think about your payroll taxes as a premium into a retirement account. Well, that's fine as long as I can count on that retirement account being there. But you can't. It says just like distributions from retirement accounts, Social Security benefits are also taxable income. Yeah, by the way, did you hear that new thing they got going that they just passed, the Secure Act? Yeah, they're forcing you to spend your retirement. It's called a distribution. If you don't take distributions, you have to pay a fine. So tell me again about this, what's it called, the Great Reset and wealth distribution, as well as not being able to pass on generational wealth. They're already doing it, and they're just finding clever ways to do it. Yeah, so if you have a nest egg and you haven't started taking out of it by a certain age, you get in trouble for that. They are forcing you to spend the money you saved. So you know what I say? Buy gold and silver and pass it down to the next generation if you don't need it. Not all the benefits you will receive will come from the tax you pay to help fund the system. Some of the benefits come from interest on the trust funds. Some comes from taxes collected, and the rest comes from payroll taxes. So some come from tax collected, and the rest come from payroll taxes? Wasn't that what you're doing? You're collecting the taxes from the payroll? This explanation is the stupidest one. It's a contribution, not a tax. This allows the IRS to tax you on the money you put into Social Security and the money you receive out as a benefit. Because on the way out, it's technically not a tax. I don't care what you call it, it's a tax. That's what I say. The original Federal Insurance Contribution Act, FICA, the Social Security Administration, and the IRS all explicitly refer to this as a tax. But their explanation is that this is a contribution. You're contributing into this pool of money for the current people on retirement. So, of course, I had the obvious question that I'm sure everybody does. But before we get there, we have to figure out what contribution means. The giving or supplying of something such as money or time as part or share. The giving of supplying of something that plays a significant part in making something happen. Something that is contributed, such as money and time, that is given or supplied as part of a share. Okay, so we got an idea what a contribution is. So here was my questions. If Social Security is a contribution, can I opt out? There is no legal way to stop paying Social Security taxes without applying and receiving approval or becoming a member of a group that is already exempt. And you could dig into that a little more. Basically, no. Then it is a tax. I mean, they even call it a tax. So if they're calling it a tax, then they're double taxing. But again, when you go to make the argument, they'll go, no, it's a contribution. Oh, can I opt out of that? No, you can't opt out of it. Fine. If I can't opt out of it, and since it's a contribution, I should be able to write it off every year as a contribution. Yes, I can tell I wasn't the only one who thought about this. Can I include Social Security withheld as a deduction? When you earn money from working, your employer withholds your portion of your paycheck for various taxes, including federal income taxes, state taxes, and payroll taxes. The Social Security payroll tax rate equals 7.65% as of 2018. You can't claim any income tax benefits for the Social Security taxes withheld. Though the Social Security taxes withheld determine your Social Security benefits in retirement. So here's my thing. You see what it says here? Social Security taxes withheld determine your Social Security benefits in retirement. So wait a minute. I thought it said when I make my contributions, it's for those who are currently getting Social Security. So if that's the case, how can they determine what my future payments are going to be? Well, they do that based on the amount of money you pay. So you see, they're contradicting themselves. It says, however, if you had too much withheld, you may be entitled to a credit on your taxes. Anyways, they're saying no. So they want their cake and eat it too. It is a tax, and they take it from you. You don't have a choice. You are being double taxed, which violates your rights, by the way. That's illegal. The explanation that they're using to get away with all this is, well, it's not really a tax, it's a contribution. You're contributing into a pool of money for those who are currently on Social Security. Okay, if that's the case, I should be able to write it off of my taxes since it's a contribution. No, you can't do that because the amount of money that you put into the pool will determine your future payment when you are retired. Anybody confused yet? That's just the government using doublespeak to lie their ass off and just scam you and tax you out of your money, even after you've already paid on it. You never had to pay taxes before 1984. That was the whole purpose of Social Security. Individuals would have money taken out of their payroll and go into a fund, and it was supposed to take care of you during your golden days. And you didn't have to pay any taxes. But see, here's my thing. They started letting people get Social Security benefits who actually did not contribute to the pool of money. So you had a lot of elder immigrants who came here who couldn't work anymore. And they would automatically get Social Security benefits. To me, which should be a no-no. There should be a law against that. Only those individuals who contributed to the Social Security account should benefit from it. I know that sounds terrible to say, but it's not fair to those individuals who pay into this thing. But we have to spread the money out so thin that you can't even survive on it. Anyways, it is good news for senior citizens. I know $710 doesn't do much these days, especially with inflation. But something is better than nothing. I just think we let these people get away with too much crap. Remember, we, the people, determine the government's actions. People forget that. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. What do you guys think? $710? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Comment down below and let's hear what you have to say. I'm out.